We've got the new IAG Street Series coilovers in stock at our warehouse, and I'm going to be telling you all about why I think these are the best coilovers for a daily driver and covering all the features and benefits. I'm also going to be showing you what's included inside the box when you order a coilover kit from us, and of course we're going to go test them on the street to see how they actually drive. Plus, I've got a special bonus offer that you're not going to want to miss out on. I've had the Gen 8 500 series coilovers on my previous WRX, and it completely transformed the way that the car drove, especially over potholes and rough bumps, so I was really impressed with the street characteristics, and that's probably due to the digressive piston technology that they use. I also took my car out to the track a couple times, and it definitely improved the handling characteristics of my WRX. So with that in mind, we wanted to work with Fortune and develop an extended travel street series coilover, which is exactly what we did, and this just further improves upon that recipe. So I'm sure you want some specific examples of what makes the street series coilover lineup different than an off-the-shelf Fortune 500. So let's use the GD WRX and 04 STI kit that I have in front of me here. So a standard Fortune 500 has 117 millimeters of front shock stroke and a 7-inch long spring. We've added an 8-inch long spring and 127 millimeters of front shock stroke. Now what this does is it allows the shock to have a greater range of travel without hitting the bump stops, which results in a better handling feel, and of course you have a more comfortable ride due to that increased suspension travel. Moving to the rear, we've made some similar changes. A standard Fortune 500 has a 7-inch spring in the rear, and we've actually added a 9-inch spring in the rear, which is why this looks extra long. And it also has 127 millimeters of rear shock stroke as compared to 117 that a standard Fortune 500 would have. Now with both the front and the rear strut, we've changed from an 8K spring to a 7K spring, again giving you a softer, more comfortable ride. The other differences that you'll notice are the valving and the damper settings are slightly different for the IAG Street Series coilovers. Other than that though, there are a lot of similarities. You're going to get the camber adjustment plates on the front, allowing you to dial in that alignment after you set your ride height, 24 clicks of rebound and compression adjustment, and these hex locking collars for preload and height adjustment, so all really nice features to have. One of my favorite features of the new IAG coilovers is the laser engraved top hats. These things look sweet, and you're actually able to see them when you pop your hood, so a nice feature for those of you who go to car shows, and I think the red and the black suit a lot of different builds, so they're not going to clash with any of the other parts that you've got. So if you are planning on daily driving your car with coilovers on it, I would highly recommend you install a set of coilover sleeves. What they're going to do is keep dirt and road salt and debris and all that stuff out of your coilovers, keeping them fresh, preventing them from rusting, and also making it easy to adjust your ride height by keeping the threads on the shock body clean. The nice part about the new IAG coilover sleeves is they have a Velcro adjustment in the back, so they're going to fit all different types of Subaru models, BRZ, WRX STI, and they have a very tight elastic band on top and bottom, which is going to help you keep debris out. The offer I was going to tell you about in the beginning of the video is we're giving away 20 sets of coilover sleeves for the first 20 orders. So if you are interested in getting a free set of sleeves, make sure you get your IAG coilovers soon. So real quick, I'm going to show you what's included when you buy a Street Series coilover kit from us. And obviously you shouldn't buy coilovers based on the box design, but I wouldn't blame you if you did because I love the line art that we've got on our packaging. So my first impressions are that everything is packaged really well. Of course, it comes in a double layer of cardboard boxes to protect the coilovers from damage when they get shipped. You get a IAG license plate frame, and then inside here you're going to want to open this up because we have the certificate of assembly card, and right there is a QR code basically telling you how to use the different features of your coilovers. You'll also want to pull out this Fortune Auto card because this is the installation guide for a whole bunch of different chassis. You're also going to get the 2 coilover wrenches that you need and some Allen keys to set your lock collars. One of my favorite parts about ordering suspension from Fortune Auto is everything is hand assembled here in the USA. They're actually based out of Richmond, Virginia, so if you ever need your suspension rebuilt or anything like that, it's really easy to send them back in. And we actually have some footage of them testing our IAG coilovers on the shock dyno and assembling it, so I'll show you what that looks like.
Hi, my name is Devin. I work at Fortunato, and we're going to be assembling the IAG Spec series coilovers, the Street series specifically. So you saw them on the dyno. So as soon as they leave the dyno, they go to our assembly table here. We have our lower mount that goes on. Next, there is a serrated lock washer that goes underneath of the locking clamp style lower mount ring. The next one is the locking spring perch. It controls both preload and ride height. The next step is our bump stop, and then there is a dust boot that goes over top of it. The next step is our spring. We have the radial bearing mount that allows the spring to freely move and not spring bind. And then you have the pillow ball mount that is connected to the front camber plate. From there, you're pretty much assembled. And then the final thing we do is we sticker the lower mount, which you can see here is the Street Series IAG sticker.
Now for the fun part of the video, I get to go drive around in the BRZ and tell you how the new Street Series coilovers feel. And even just leaving the parking lot here, we've got some pretty big bumps, and I can show you how the suspension does over them, and really, compared to the car that I normally drive, it feels pretty smooth. Right off the bat, my initial impression is they definitely punch above their weight, and they don't rattle your bones the way that entry-level coilovers do. One thing I really like about the driving experience now that we have these Street Series coilovers on there is the fact that the car handles nice and flat. Before there was a lot of body roll when you would take a corner like that, but now the car seems nice and stable, and it really gives you some confidence when you take a corner. I do think you can feel the extended travel when you drive around, especially when you hit little bumps in the road and divots. You can see that the car's not upset by it. So the extended travel is definitely working. And I did put a GoPro underneath the car so you can kind of see what the coilovers are doing when you're just driving around. So there's obviously a huge range of adjustment with the rebound and compression, but the way I have it set up right now is 8 clicks from soft, and I found that that's a pretty good setting for most street driving, of course depending on your preference and the road conditions around where you live. Then when we took the car out to the track, I tightened everything up by about 4 clicks, and that seemed to be enough to control the body roll at the track when you're really pushing the car to the limit. So if you guys are interested in picking up some IAG coilovers, I will leave links below where you can find them on our website, and we've got them available for pretty much all years WRX and STI. The 22 WRX is coming. That's going to be available in the coming months, and we also have a kit for the GC, and that's pretty much just top hats that we're going to sell you in addition to a GD kit. So for those of you with the old school GCs, we've got you covered as well. Like I said in the beginning of the video, we do have these in stock, so I would make sure to get your set while you can. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video.